Vendors from the Bronco Swap Meat are protesting for answers tonight after unexpectedly finding the swap meat stores closed once again. KFOX 14 News at 9's Marissa Saenz is live in the newsroom to explain. Marissa.
Vendors arrived at the swap meet this morning expecting to have business as usual, but were in shock when they saw a notice from the city alongside a lock. Now, the city conducted an inspection in February, finding several fire code, health, and electrical violations. After a meeting and inspection with the city personnel this past Thursday, the owners tell me an agreement was made by both sides.
This past Thursday, we had a meeting with city personnel, including the fire marshal's office. So we're under the understanding that there's a qualified agreement to stay open. And all of a sudden, the fire department shows up Saturday morning, real early, 7 o'clock, 7:30, to put that notice there and to shut us down.
The swap meet voluntarily closed down 2 weeks ago, but after a follow-up inspection by the city was allowed to be open last Sunday. The city told us in a statement last week that because the remaining safety hazards were not life-threatening to shoppers, they allowed it to be open. We've attempted to reach out to the city asking why they were allowed to be open after the fire chief Mario D'Agostino said there were some violations that were, quote, life-threatening and would not receive clearance until a licensed contractor brought them up to code. The only information the city told us is that it was in negotiations with the owners of the swap meet. Business at the swap meet is the sole income for more than 300 vendors who protested outside the swap meet this morning, pleading for help.
Please help us. All these people here depend on the Bronco. It's our money. This is the way we make our living. Look at all the people leaving. All the people are coming in to shop and everybody's leaving. Why? Because the doors are shut down.
The owners of the Bronco tell me that they are going to reach out to the city tomorrow to try and figure out whatever is going on. I'm live in the newsroom, Marissa Saenz, KFOX 14 News at 9.
The Bronco Swap Meat has once again been corralled into closing by city inspectors.
The owners say they were under the impression that the city had allowed them to reopen after addressing several code violations.
But as KFOX 14 News at 5's Marissa Saenz shows us, the city says allowing the swap meet to reopen was not the plan. She joins us live from the Lower Valley.
The swap meet here seems almost deserted. Nobody is allowed inside, and there are a lot of questions revolving around the inspections here, but the biggest one as of now is why they were forcefully closed. I went digging for those answers. The lock on this door came as a surprise to the owners and vendors at the swap meet over the weekend. A co-owner of the swap meet told me Sunday city inspectors and attorneys were here last Thursday, February 27th. One of the outcomes was that they would be allowed to be open. The city has a different side of the story.
So just to be clear, there was no agreement to allow them to remain open Thursday?
That is correct.
Last Sunday, February 23rd, the swap meet was given permission to be open for business.
We wanted to give them another week to come into compliance, come back and say, okay, we're going to evaluate you one more time.
Despite the chief of fire, Mario D'Agostino, calling the violations, quote, life-threatening, adding that the swap meet could not be open until they were properly fixed.
I know you're saying we gave them an extra chance to do it, but if they were operating that day, it was still a liability then.
They remained to be a liability, and so they were able to address some of the key issues, but they still remain to be an issue.
The representative for this district of the Lower Valley, Henry Rivera, says he's looking into it. After the news yesterday, Rivera says he requested a meeting with the city attorney, Carla Neiman, and city manager, Tommy Gonzalez. The swap meet has been open for more than 30 years and houses more than 300 vendors, many of whom depend solely on the business here for income.
Why the hard crackdown now?
So quite frankly, it becomes an issue from the August.
I was at City Hall all day waiting to see if that meeting with Representative Henry Rivera, the city attorney, and the city manager would happen or take place. It has not happened as of now. Whenever it does, we will bring you the outcome. The city tells me that there is no guarantee at any point in time that the swap meet will remain opened or closed. I'm live in the Lower Valley. Marissa Saenz, KFOX 14 News at 5.
Marissa, thank you for